Hello my lovelies, it's Tuesday, which means it is food shop and meal plan day. If you're new here, hello, my name's Kaylee and I am food shopping and meal planning for a family of 4 today. There's myself, my husband Alistair, my son Harry who's 6 and my daughter Megan who is 4. I did my food shop in Aldi today, which is where I usually shop, but then I also popped to Sainsbury's to just pick up 2 things. And you'll see that in my food shop in a minute. I try to keep my spend as low as I can, however that doesn't always work out, and especially at the moment the cost of living is rising and it's not always that easy. So I spent £52 in Aldi today and then I spent just under £5 in Sainsbury's. So I don't think that's too bad. I definitely could have done it cheaper. I've got quite a lot in my cupboards and my freezer. So I did think about doing a cupboard shop this week, but I thought I'm probably best saving that for next week when it's the week before payday. That always tends to be my cupboard shop week. So if you want to see how I do that, then come and look at my video next week because that is what we will be doing. But for this week, I thought it was a good idea to just do a standard shop. I'm using a couple of things that are in the freezer, but I also did buy like I would a normal shop. I'll show you what I got and then I'll come back afterwards and I'll tell you what meals we're planning this week. So here's my fruit and veg. I got some blueberries, raspberries, kiwis, plums. I got some of the mini apples, cherry tomatoes, romaine lettuce, bananas, oranges, pears, strawberries. I got another one of these Mediterranean style vegetables kits. They're just really nice with couscous and a bit of chorizo for my lunches for work. I got some carrots, some sweet mini peppers, broccoli, cucumber and spinach. Then I also got some chocolate fingers. I got some lemon and coriander couscous. If you've seen any of my other meal plan videos, you know I absolutely love this. I have it for my lunches. Some honey roast ham, sausages and pork loins. I've just realised I've gone very heavy on the pork this week's meal plan, but never mind. I got some yogurts. We really like these cheap ones. The kids tend to have 2 as a portion and they love them. We got some Jaffa cakes. I love these. The lemon ones are the nicest, but they didn't have them. So I got some mini meringues, raspberry flavour. They're really nice with like yogurt and fruit. Just makes like a really, it feels like a fancy dessert, but it's just yogurt, fruit and like a little meringue in it. I got some cinnamon chips cereal, love that one. 6 eggs because I've still got some left in the fridge. I got some of these vitamin tablets, the kids ones. It's not focusing. Never mind, you get the idea. Yeah, multivitamin tablets. I got some sweet chilli sauce, you can see just around there, some blackcurrant cordial, chickpeas, cannellini beans, a basil plant that I forgot to put in with my fruit and veg before. I've got 2 tubs of passata. This chili jam is so tasty, especially with the tempura chicken in like a brioche bun. Maybe add some halloumi if you're feeling fancy. Really, really tasty. I got some pesto, some smooth peanut butter, some potato waffles just to have in the freezer, you know, for those days when you just need something quick to pull out for either lunch or dinner. Again, stir in pasta sauce, really good for, you know, quick and easy dinners if the kids are eating separately. And Megan likes to have pasta in her packed lunches, so I thought that would be good for that. I got some tea cakes, love these, just every now and then I just get the urge to buy some. Some halloumi, some medium cheddar. I got a garlic baguette, just the cheap one, they're just as nice. I got some of these brioche burger buns, so I'm going to have those with some tempura chicken and the chili jam for my lunch, and I'm so excited, I love it. I got a soft medium white loaf, and I think that's it for everything on the table right now. And then the last bits from Aldi, I got some of these sponge scourers, I got some sponge cloths. I got myself 2 of these bunches of tulips. Did I need them? No. Our flower's just making me happy at the moment. Now it's starting to feel like spring. Absolutely. I got this Lacura conditioner and shampoo. I really like these. I actually tried just after Christmas buying myself like this expensive fancy shampoo and I didn't like it as much. Yeah, I'm cheap. I just really like these ones. They make my hair feel nice, so that's what we go with. And I got some toilet roll. Then I also popped to Sainsbury's on my way home. Alistair's been really funny about meat at the minute. He says he doesn't like the chicken thigh fillets from Aldi, so I picked some up from Sainsbury's. We'll see if I mean, I don't think there's any difference, but there we go. And I got a rosemary and, is it rosemary and garlic focaccia? What does it say? Oh, rosemary and sea salt focaccia, and that's for a recipe that I'm going to do this week. Okay, so I don't know what got into me this week. Usually, we tend to be a bit like chicken heavy with our meal plan. This week we seem to have quite a bit of pork on there, which is unusual for us and not the best, but hey, that's just how things have turned out, so we're gonna go with it. Like I say, I did already have some things in the fridge and the freezer, and I'll go through my meal plan with you now and just explain where the bits for the different meals are coming from and how we're going to serve things and all that usual stuff that I waffle on about in these videos. So my meal plan is lasagna. I bought the beef to do this last week, and I bought the passata, I bought the white sauce. I've got everything I need to make lasagna, but we didn't end up having it. I can't remember why. I can't remember what we had instead. Probably just something quick and easy like beans on toast, because we couldn't be bothered. And that happens sometimes. So all I do in those situations is put the meat into the freezer and save it for another week so that it doesn't get wasted. So lasagna has just been carried over from last week, so I already had all the ingredients, which obviously saved me on this week's spend. I always think, is it cheating to do that when I tell you how much I've spent and then say, oh, but here's this meal that wasn't part of it? But actually, I don't think it is, because that's just how we work. And if you were to like watch my meal plans every week and see week to week how much I spend, you'll see that it goes up and then it goes down. We have some weeks we spend a lot, we have some weeks that we don't spend a lot at all, and it all balances out, doesn't it? So we're keeping it real, and we are having lasagna made from the mince in the freezer. I've also put down, right, so I put fish and chips, and I was going to buy some frozen bassa fillets because we just love them. They're really, really tasty. They're much cheaper to buy frozen. If you buy the ones from the freezer section, you get a lot less and it's more expensive. If you go to the frozen section, you get a lot more and it's a lot cheaper. So we love buying them, and they're just really handy to have in the freezer. We often have them in as like a backup meal kind of thing, but they didn't have any bassa today, so that meal's not going to happen. But we do have plenty of things. We might have leftovers. The pork chorizo and chickpea casserole that I've got planned on my meal plan. We'll probably do 2 meals. And then I have got some other bits, like I've got pesto, we've got pasta. We could just have another lazy kind of meal, and that will be absolutely fine. But I am a bit gutted about that because I really like the bassa. So yeah, if you're in Aldi or most supermarkets, check it out. It's a really nice white fish, and we cook it in loads of different ways. We like to do it with breadcrumbs, so it's like a chippy tea kind of thing, or we like to do like fish casseroles. So highly recommend that. It's really, really good. The next meal, like I just mentioned, is pork chorizo and chickpea casserole. Really tasty. The recipe for this is on my blog. I will link it down below. And we put the chickpeas in to bulk it out. They taste really nice. I think that they just add something that makes it really tasty. It makes it cheaper because you need less meat because you've got the chickpeas in there as well. And it's always a win with my family when I do this. So we've not had it for a while. I thought we would have it again this week. I've put cheese and ham omelette because you've got to have lazy meals. You've got to plan meals that are kind to yourself. So on a Thursday and a Friday I work, and Alistair works full time, so those nights we tend to just want something really quick, easy, satisfying, no effort. And an omelette, beans on toast, cheese toasty, something like that is usually a good option for those nights. On a Thursday the children eat at my mum and dad's house, so I know they're getting a proper meal. Plus Harry has hot dinners at school, so it always works out fine if we just have like a lazy snacky tea. I've put focaccia, sausage and bean bake. I can't remember what the actual name of this recipe is. I think it's a Jamie Oliver one, and it's really tasty. We've had it before but not for ages, and I will find the recipe and link it down below because it's just proper comfort food. And whilst it's starting to feel like spring now, I do still feel like it's still quite cold and comfort food is still good. But this just, to me, feels a little bit lighter than making a toad in the hole or a sausage casserole. Yeah, it's really tasty. Try it if you haven't already. The next recipe is one of Alistair's favourites, and this is why he sent me to Sainsbury's, because I don't know what's going on, he's just really fussy with meat at the moment. So he wanted to make chicken shawarma and broccoli slaw, and this is a recipe from, what's her name, Nadia, what's her last name? Nadia from the Bake Off. She's amazing. She's had like cooking programs since, and her recipes are incredible. We love them. Our favourite is the chicken shawarma and broccoli slaw, and it is just absolutely delicious. So yeah, that's Alistair's meal that he really likes to make, and I'm really looking forward to it. The kids will eat it. We tend to add like chili sauce and things afterwards to add a little bit of extra flavour. The kids will have it just with like, well, just with the broccoli slaw. But yeah, love that. And then the last recipe I've put is Flexi Day. I want to say I always do a Flexi Day. Most of the time I do a Flexi Day. And this is a day where we might get a takeaway, we might eat out, we might have leftovers. We might nip to the shops and pick up something that we decided that we wanted, but we didn't buy the bits for because it was like a spur of the moment, impulsive thing. And I do think that it's important to plan for days like that because, you know, often we do have leftovers, often we do get that urge for a takeaway, and I think if you haven't planned for it, you're more likely to have food waste. So this way we are planning for those times when we know that we're just going to stray off plan, and it works really well for us. In terms of lunches, Harry has school dinners, which is great. He gets free school meals because he's in Key Stage 1, and Megan has packed lunches. So I've bought that stir through pasta sauce so that I can make pasta. She's been loving having pasta in her lunch boxes recently, and then I just tend to put loads of bits of fruit and maybe some like crisps and maybe brioche or like just something else in there to pad that out. We love putting hard-boiled eggs in as well. Sandwiches, it's usually whatever I can find around the kitchen, but there's always something that can go to school with her for lunch. For me, I'm actually really looking forward to this. I bought last week some of those tempura battered chicken fillet things. They're so tasty, but Alistair doesn't like them. So I bought them thinking I'd have them for lunch last week, and I didn't. So I bought myself some brioche rolls and some of that chili jam stuff. So I'm going to have that with some salad for my lunch, and honestly, I can't wait for it to be lunchtime. I'm really hungry. And then yeah, other than that, we just kind of wing it. We do sandwiches, we might do egg on toast, we might do beans on toast, we might do soup. Yeah, we just see how we feel. Breakfasts tends to be things like egg on toast, eggy bread, porridge, cereal, stuff like that. And I did buy a few more snacks this week than normal, chocolatey snacks, but that was because I tend to have like maybe every 3 weeks I'll stock up and buy a few bits, and then they will last us those couple of weeks. So we've just sort of run out of the treat things that we had in, so I just thought I'd buy some more. We don't tend to eat an awful lot of like chocolate and crisps and sweets, and that's not to say that we're healthy, because I mean, look at me, I'm clearly not the smallest person in the world, but you know, if the kids are hungry, they go for a piece of fruit. Yeah, we don't tend to have things like that in the house that much. And alcohol, I don't really ever show alcohol in my food shop, and that's because I don't buy it with my food shop. We will, if we want a bottle of wine at the weekends, we will nip to the co-op and get one. And it just means that instead of having it in the house, so it's like, it's tempting, you know, when it's there and it's easy, it's so tempting to just open a bottle of wine midweek or whenever. But if you have to actually go out and buy it, I feel like it just makes you think a little bit more, and then maybe say, no, I'll have a cup of tea. Or it does for me anyway. So yeah, that is my meal plan for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below what's on your meal plan for this week. I would love to hear. I'll link the recipes that I can find in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. Like, follow, subscribe, whatever. You know what I'm meant to say. All of that, please. Thank you. Have a lovely week, whatever you are doing, and I'll see you in my next video.